The Wrestling, the podcast where you break down the biggest moments, hottest takes, and the wildest stories from the world of pro wrestling. Whether you're a diehard fan or just stepping into the squared circle, we're here to give you the real scoop on everything happening in the ring.
I'm your host, RJD, and we're about to take a ride through the latest and greatest in pro wrestling. Get ready for all our hot takes, deep dives, and all the wrestling you never knew you needed.
Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button and join What the Wrestling family so you never miss an episode. Now let's step into the ring.
You're listening to the What the Wrestling podcast, the show that brings you all things wrestling with your host, RJD.
Oh, you already know what time it is.
Tiger uppercut.
AEW, everybody. AEW Grand Slam Mexico. Man, oh man. Shout out to Mexico. Shout out to Mexico. What a hot ass crowd we had here. Now, I like shows. Matter of fact, let me wait. Slow it down.
Stop it.
Let's not get into it too early. Let's build. Let's let the beat build. And let's get into it. So, before we get into anything, let us not waste any more time. Let's go. Yes. 'Tis I, RJD here. Welcome to What the Wrestling, the show that brings you all things wrestling. I'm your host once again, RJD. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button, like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. What the Wrestling on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Follow me on the Twitter, aka XRJ699. Shout out to everybody from Twitter jumping into my live streams, talking their junk, hitting the like button. We ain't gonna be mad at that. And AEW, everybody. AEW. All right, updates. As always, like I said, live streams Mondays and Fridays. We got everything else in the middle. We got some videos, we got some shorts, we got some stuff going up. I'm going to be adding some stuff to the channel probably by the end of the month. So look out for that. And just want to show everybody love, man. Show everybody love for hitting the like button. Whether I got 100, 100,000, or 1 million people, I appreciate each and every one of you for hitting the like button, rocking with me. Thank you. That's all I can say is thank you. So, moving right along. This show, so I'm not gonna say the show was bad because it had a lot of good wrestling. you know, a lot of people, I enjoyed this show, but a lot of people would talk about, oh, stories. What does this mean? What does that mean? This show to me was fun. I was watching it and I'm like, this is fun. I'm having fun with this. I'm having fun with this. I'm not mad at it. We're having fun. This is a fun show. Arena Mexico at Mexico City, CMLL, and the things these brothers can do in the ring is just second to none. So I just like the show. But a lot of people will get mad at the story of the show. Hey, you need some help? No? Now my wife is shy. She don't want to talk. Now my wife don't want to talk. Hey. Ooh, look at you. Woo. Hey. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm not talking to y'all, all right? My wife came through looking like a whole snack. But anyway, woo, there she go again. There she go. Don DeMarco for my wife. Woo. There she go again, boy. Look at that girl right there. Woo. Wife looking like a snack right now. Let me hurry this stream up. What's up, baby? We live right now. What's up? Everything good? Oh, yeah, we kind of need the cat food. We kind of need that. All right, so let's get into this. Hangman Adam Page. First of all, we're not going to act like this brother didn't just cut a whole promo in Spanish. The Cowboy speaks Spanish, and I don't know if he rehearsed this or if he actually knows Spanish, but as someone who is actively trying to learn, I gotta stop saying the word. Somebody who is actively participating in learning that language, I find that incredible. That's awesome. But you know, the more you have to do more in order to learn it effectively. And he cut a whole promo in Spanish. Shout out to the Cowboy. One more Don DeMarco for you. Don DeMarco. Even had the crowd saying cowboy shit in Spanish. Man, shout out to the Cowboy, man. So he announced, to make a long story short, he announced that he's not allowed in the arena during the Death Riders match. So the overall promo was really good. Bigged up the fans. They said nothing about after the match. The crowd got hyped and he got fired up. He spoke that whole promo in Spanish, and we had Excalibur translating minus the curse words. So shout out to the Hangman. I mean, they're building him up so much. If he loses this match, I'm going to be mad.
Nope.
I'm legit not going to be happy if he loses this match. For real. We need Hangman to get the title. We could put the title on Darby some other time. Give it to the Hangman, goddammit. So then we had the Don Callis family and allies versus the enemies of the family. This is a 14-person match. This ish was wild. We had Atlantis Jr., Bandito, Cole, Daniel Garcia, King, and Templaro versus Hasiero, Josh Alexander, Kenosuke Takeshita, Kyle Fletcher, Lance Archer, Volador Jr., and Dax Harwood. Dax Harwood lost, and he got roped up. And after the match, he started to beat the hell, and then everything went to shit, and it was a lot. But the Bandito got one of the biggest reactions here. And shout out to Bandito. He is very, very good at what he does. And Brody King came out with an Abolish ICE t-shirt. Okay, shout out to him. Shout out to him. He came out, barking and all that. But shout out to him for making a statement. And this was a good back and forth match. Everybody just came in, do their spots, hit their big moves. This match was all over the place, but it ended with a roll up. So I ain't mad at it. It was smooth. Now, a lot of people get mad. Where's the story? What are we doing? Nah, man. This was another fun match, just like Hangman's promo. This was fun. Then we had Kazuchika Okada versus Mark Briscoe. They had a good back and forth match. So Omega, we did not see him, but after the match, they beat up on Mark Briscoe, and Okada wins with the Rainmaker. And that's it. Omega is supposed to be out injured. So This is what we got. And I'm not mad at this. I'm not. Now, a lot of people would say, listen, what are we doing here? What's the reason we're having this? And at the end of the day, Okada and Briscoe have no reason for fighting. This is just a fight. Mark Briscoe loses a lot, and that sucks. I want him to win. I want him to win some matches. So it sucks, but this was a good back and forth match. Typical Okada AEW match. Slow, built up, the end was good. So we're not mad at that. And that's it. That happened. So shout out to them. Then we had MJF. We had Mystico with a great entrance. And then we had MJF, who was representing America, representing America with the American flag, came out there with the Hurt Syndicate. And they had a good back and forth. And Mystico won by DQ. So this, like I said, this another good back and forth match. MJF tried to get a late advantage by spitting in the eyes of Mystico, poking him in the eye, but he would not slow down. Salt to the earth, lured Mystico to the stage where he reversed the La Mystica into a tombstone. MJF almost got counted out, but Mystico got back in at 8. MJF had his, like I said, America going on. And like I said, awesome entrance. And yeah, that's all she wrote. So this Mystico and MJF thing, they could keep this going. And I wonder if they're going to keep this going. I wonder if this is going to be like for a Forbidden Door type. They're going to revisit this because by being that they were in Mexico, that helps. That definitely helps. But MJF walked out with his wrestling mask, and hopefully that means more definitive results in the future. But you can't pull off somebody's mask. But this was an electric crowd for this. They went all out for this, and that happened. Then we had the 4 million pesos high-flying 4-way match, and Hologram gets the win, and he beats Lio Rush, Ricochet, and Dorada. Now, this was A1. All of these, first of all, Lio Rush, extremely quick. Hologram, extremely quick. Ricochet, we all know what he can do. Dorada, we know what he can do. This was great, man. Lots of crazy sequences, and when you got guys like this that are extremely athletic Ricochet did a whole bunch of poison ranas to everybody, like 4 in a row, and it just ended up looking fantastic. There's so much that happened in this match. To go all over it would be crazy. Yeah, no story, but they fighting for 4 million pesos. I'm cool with it. This was great. And what I like about AEW is it's like every match, the work rate is on point. You might not see that in WWE. You might not see every match with the work rate like this, but AEW kind of got something for everybody. If you want work rate, they got that. They're beginning to get the stories back where they need to be. We got that. So we got a lot of good stuff going on right now, and I am all for it. I'm all for it. So I think it was Lio Rush with the poison rounders or Ricochet. Well, whatever. Doesn't matter. This was great.
You stupid.
This was great. Then we had Zeuxis versus Mercedes Moné. Not gonna lie to you, the only thing I remember about this match is Zeuxis was beating the dog shit out of Mercedes. She was dog walking her for the whole match, and then she ends up with the win. She hit her with it wasn't a Spanish fly, but it was like a reverse body slam off the top rope. It was almost like a Spanish fly, but it was like a reverse back body slam or something. And she got a pin. She got the win. Now Mercedes got like 18,000 belts. I don't know. Listen, when Kenny Omega was the belt collector, it kind of made sense because I think he had the TNA belt, the AEW belt. He had the CMLL or AAA belt, one of those. I think it was a AAA belt, and he had another belt. He had 4 belts. And then, one by one, he started losing the belts, which was cool. But it's like Mercedes Moné is going to have to go on like a losing streak. So what's gonna happen now? She's gonna be Mercedes 7 belts when she beats Toni Storm? Because I don't see her losing to Toni Storm. Now, if she does, great. I don't see it. I just don't see it. So we'll see what happens there. But this was a good match. But the only thing I can remember from this match, real talk, is she was getting dog walked. And then she just got the win, and Zeuxis loses. And then after the match, they played this Sherlock Holmes looking 1930s, 1940s noir type video package with Toni Storm. She's a private eye. And then after the fact, she has the same outfit but in red. She sneaks up on her. Maria Shirakawa comes out the front. Mercedes Moné is distracted, and then she gets hit with a German. She starts beating up on her. They fly to the ramp. She starts beating up on her. They fly to the ramp, and then she says, "Let the games begin." And then she starts doing her little dance on the floor, a la Velveteen Dream. She starts doing that. So we had Becky 2 belts.
That was Carmen Sandiego.
Oh, she said Carmen Sandiego. Cool. My wife says Carmen Sandiego. Carmen Sandiego, Sherlock Holmes, whoever, whatever. She definitely did look like Carmen Sandiego. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to her. But it made sense. It was good. Toni Storm. I want Toni Storm to win. I just don't think she will. I think about when this first started, how Toni Storm first started this, and it's like, what is this? We don't know what this is. But if Toni Storm doesn't get some acting gigs off of this, I would be shocked, because she does this really well. They kind of tuned it. They fine-tuned it. They left a lot of the goofy shit out of it. And now she's just, when it comes to the wrestling, she wrestles. But when it comes to the character work is separate from the wrestling. And I love the character work. They got something hot right here, and the fans love it. The fans love it. So next we have, who we have next? What the hell? I lost my place. Let me get my notes back. So next we had the main event of the evening, and they went overtime. We had the Death Riders and the Bucks and Beast Mortos versus the Ops, Swerve and Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay got it's like every place they go, Will Ospreay gets the hometown entrance because he's Will Ospreay, and we all love Will Ospreay. And they had themselves a good back and forth match. Everybody looked good here. But Beast Mortos, Moxley, the Bucks, and Yuta beat the Ops, Ospreay, and Swerve. They had some really good sequences here with Swerve and Ospreay doing, they'll be a crazy tag team. They would be a great tag team because they worked well together. They did a lot of spots together, a lot of dives together. So those two, if they so chose to go that route, maybe after everything, they would make a great tag team, man. Those guys are like in sync for real. Young Bucks are the Young Bucks. Yuta hit some Psycho knees. Powerhouse Hobbs had some power spots. Shibata did his signature stuff. But in the end, the heels win. Claudio had some travel issues, so they put Beast Mortos in his place as a late replacement. Ospreay came out with the black eye due to him getting kicked in the face with spikes from last week. Ariel, he got the biggest pop, and Yuta got beat up a lot in this match. And at the end of this match was the best thing for me, because the Hangman comes out while Mr. Moxley is sitting just chilling in the ring. The Hangman comes out and he walks straight up to Mr. Moxley and they start fighting. He goes for the buckshot, but instead he hits the Young Buck. I want to say he hit Nick Jackson with the buckshot lariat. Matt Jackson sitting there like, what are you doing? We're supposed to be friends. And I swear to God, that better not come into the Young Bucks screwing him at All In. Oh, I'm going to be so mad.
Stop it.
I'm going to be so mad. So hopefully not, but we shall see what happens. But they're telling a story here. So for all you guys saying AEW doesn't have any story, there's no story.
You stupid.
Every single thing on the show doesn't have story, but this has story. MJF stuff has story, and this is the biggest story in the company. So shout out to AEW.
Nope.
All those people who are mad, take the L. You can't just shit on everything, all right? You can't just shit on everything. Do you want to see more story? Do you want to see more with the women's division? Do you want to? Yes. Is everybody perfect? No. WWE right now is slacking and they macking. So I agree. Both of these companies need work, but there's a lot of good. Remember 2018, 2019 WWE, where Mr. McMahon was wrecking everything up? Remember that? This ain't that, all right? This ain't that. So, good stuff here. I ain't mad. I am not mad at all. We'll see what happens for Collision and SmackDown tomorrow, and we'll keep the ball rolling. But I like this episode of Dynamite, and I liked it because the crowd was A1. Crowd was hot as hell, and that's what we need. More hot crowds. I like the collaborations. I love Lucha Libre, so I love luchadors. It's all good to me. Those guys are extremely athletic. So let's keep the ball rolling, AEW. Let's keep the ball rolling. As for me, I'm going to roll on out of here. As I am recording this, it is Juneteenth. This is coming out tomorrow. Hopefully everybody had themselves a good day. But as for me, I am out. So everybody be safe and enjoy this beautiful, beautiful 95 to 100 degree weather. The heat wave is here, everybody, and I'm all for it. Everybody be safe. I'm out. Peace.